Good morning, namaste. Welcome back to another what I eat in a day vlog thing. I want to start all my videos by always saying namaste, like good morning namaste or hello namaste, but it's not always yoga. Anyway, right now I'm drinking a coffee. I made it with this good old mocha pot right here. This is actually what I've been using to make coffee for the past year or so. I put in a little bit of maca powder into my coffee. Maca is an adaptogen. They do all compostable. I think they are zero waste, like officially zero waste, or like trying to go zero waste, but most of their containers now are like this, and they don't have any more scoops, which is cool, so they don't waste plastic. Along with the maca, I also poured in a little bit of flax milk. Sipping this before I make my breakfast. And I gotta leave for work in about 30 minutes. And I spent a little time this morning making another batch of stovetop granola. It's oil-free and it's incredible. I made a recipe on it a long time ago, so just go to my YouTube channel and search up like stovetop granola and the recipe should be there. Literally been making a jar because one pan actually fills up a whole mason jar. So I've been making / eating a jar every 2 days. Really just depending on you know, how much granola I wanted to eat that day. But I eat this, honestly, it's not even a meal for me. You know, some people throw granola into a bowl and like pour milk over it like cereal. This girl, she snacks on granola like it's potato chips. This is her potato chips. She speaks in third person. Breakfast, as usual, is going to be some almond butter, protein fluff, fruit toast. So you don't really need to see me explain that. So while the first batch is done, and while I eat, I'm going to get round dose ready. If you're wondering, why am I toasting more bread if I already made my breakfast? Well, that is part of it, you know? I've been on this mission to gain weight, and it's been really, really good with the quarantine going on. Got back from work and I actually already changed back into my comfy clothes. I love comfy clothes. But it's time for pre-lunch snack. I'm starving, so I don't even know how I'm holding up telling you what I'm eating. Why did I even turn my camera on? So I'm eating another Red Bar. Been eating these in the past couple videos now, so you know all about them. And I'm eating it with some apple slices. And then I'm going to prepare lunch. I will talk you through that because I'm super excited for lunch. I decided I wanted to make tacos. So I don't know if you recall, but last video I opened this box and it was these Positively Plantain tortillas, which I threw in the freezer because that's what you're supposed to do, and haven't thought about them again. But I have all these goodies, can I speak English? I have all these goodies from Cali Fuse, which is a local catering company. They do vegan meal sets. They send you like proteins, bases, and whatnot. So I got the carne asada vegan protein, obviously. So it's made with textured vegetable protein, I believe. And this is some grilled veggies and vegan cheese. It comes with vegan cheese and salsa and cilantro. And then I'm going to compile them into these tortillas. I forgot to mention that there are also sauces that are included in the Cali Fuse meal set. So I used the lemon yum and guacamole. Everything obviously is vegan. So yeah, okay, let's just dig into this because, oh my gosh. Okay. Whoa, this is freaking huge. Did I just made 2 burritos? Wow. I didn't think I'd like these plantain tortillas. Sorry, I'm talking with a mouthful. I didn't think I'd like these plantain tortillas, but they're actually really good. They don't have the same taste profile that corn has, but you know, some people can't eat corn. Okay, wow, that was insanely freaking good. I just wanted to talk about the meal set really quick and just like explain to you how excited I am about this. And if you're not local, like if you're not from the Southern California area and you're not within like delivering regions, I highly recommend reaching out to a small plant-based catering business or restaurant or just a small business, because right now is a really hard time for a lot of people who have their own businesses. So shout them out, call them, see if they have like any plant-based different meal sets that they could deliver to you or that you could pick up, because it's really convenient for me. Even though like I'm doing a lot of stuff at home, I don't really have that much time to do very much else now that I have school and work. That's why I decided to do this, but also because I really support my brother. Cali Fuse is actually his catering company. I'm not getting paid to say any of this at all, and in fact I actually had to pay for my own meal set, which is the point I wanted to. I realized that instead of buying groceries and making my own food, I could just pay that business to make food for me, and I don't have to buy groceries anymore, and they get the business as well. So it's like a win-win on both sides. So the catering company itself is not completely vegan, but there is a completely vegan meal set, which I'm going to show you now. Dun, 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 dun. The Cali Fuse meal set starts with bases and proteins. So I chose like a rice blend and cooked veggies to be my bases, since I already have a lot of grains and I can make pasta if I want, and I already have these tortillas, these steamed veggies as well. The proteins are carne asada, obviously vegan, made with textured vegetable protein, and then this is a vegan Korean barbecue steak that I used yesterday. So good. And it also has 6 toppings available, 4 sauces. So these are the 2, and then the other 2 I showed you guys earlier. So that was my little lunch tour. I'm going to clean up a little bit and get ready for my study session. Every day I'm trying to study at least for an hour. So I've set up a live stream schedule where I'm streaming every Monday, well basically every day, different times. I'm streaming and studying using the Pomodoro technique. If you are interested, make sure you check out the study with me videos already on my channel. So I'm going to get ready for that, study a bit so I can be productive with my educational life, and then I will get back to you soon. I know I make the same recipe every time, but for some reason this granola is really good.
This one in particular?
Yeah, this one in particular? Yeah. Really good. I mean, look at this chunk. I love granola chunks. So I finished my study session, snacking on some granola, and the sun is still kind of out-ish. So I'm gonna take advantage of this and go on a walk. And hold it.
Because you haven't been practicing. You have.
For a while. Alright, so it is time for dinner. I'm going to be making a little bowl from this meal set. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It's like so juicy. And while I'm waiting for that to microwave, these chips are so good. Okay, so this is before I start putting all the toppings on it. You're not gonna recognize this bowl after all the toppings are on it. Here it is. I told you wouldn't recognize it, but I topped it with everything here. So red onions, cilantro, corn, crunchy noodles, half of an avocado, and then I put on the guacatillo, which is a combination of guacamole and tomatillo sauce. Cali Boom, which is their spicy salsa, so I only put a little bit. And lentil sprouts. Yum. And that is going to be the dinner. So dessert time, we got this banana dessert, except it's a modified version of banana dessert since we only had one ripe banana left. All the other ones are green and not ripe. So I compensated the sugar and carb content by putting in more granola. So it basically just looks like granola, frozen berries, and almond butter on the top. Boom. Hey, so it is now a couple days later, and I just want to discuss a little part of the video that I had mentioned earlier where I'm trying to gain weight. And actually, I'm not trying, I am gaining weight during this quarantine season, which is kind of weird to say, but that is my personal goal right now. I have so far successfully gained about 15 pounds. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell from my face, but you guys can definitely tell from my body. I've been struggling to actually sit down and make this part of the video. I actually filmed this What I Eat in a Day like almost a week ago. I actually didn't want to bring up the fact that I have been trying to gain weight during this quarantine, but it is something that is pretty important to me right now, and it's like a huge theme in my life during this season, and to hold it back from you would be kind of weird for me. I wanted to do like a whole before, after, and like, oh, what I did and why I did it and blah, blah, blah. But long story short, it is for the second time around to regain my period. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I lost my period a long time ago due to an eating disorder, and I was put on the pill for a while, and then when I went to college I decided to get off the pill and my period never came back, and I was like, what the heck is this? So I did this whole self-love weight gain journey in which I did gain quite a bit of weight. The weight that I was before when I gained my period is about the same as where I am at now. But what happened this time around is I just did a whole bunch of stuff. I went through school, I took up weightlifting, I went back on birth control for a period of time, and this is like the hormonal birth control pill. And then I got off, and then I didn't have my period for a while, and then life happened and like it didn't come back. While I did not have any more eating disorder related activities and my BMI was at a good range, like I was at a healthy BMI, I was active but not too active, I was eating lots of food, my period still went away. And after learning a lot about this condition, which is called hypothalamic amenorrhea, which is the absence of your menses for at least 3 to 6 months, after learning about it, I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, that's me. The first time around was different because I kind of just knew that I had to eat some more, but I didn't dive into the science of it. So this time around is different because I do know more about the science and the mechanisms and the medical whatever's about it, and I know about the hormone panel. I did get my hormones tested, but I didn't get a baseline hormone tested because I decided to go all in, which is the solution. Basically for this, hypothalamic amenorrhea happens due to 5 reasons, which I can go into in another video. I kind of just want to keep this part brief so I can introduce the fact that I am doing this. And for any of you guys who have experienced this or are going through an absence of your period, I hope you know that it is not normal. It is not healthy for the body. There are a lot of reasons why we should be getting periods. And I think a lot of the reason why women nowadays are losing their period a lot is due to exposure on social media and social pressures and personal pressures to have this healthy shredded body and to exercise 7 days a week and to diet and to eat super clean, when the reality is we, especially women, like we're not really equipped to be as shredded as men. Like that's just the reality of it. We need fat in our bodies, we need fat in our lives, and not just eating fat, but like actually having more on our bodies than what we see on social media, which can be hard for a lot of people to accept. Like, trust me, I've been there, I'm in the social media world. I will go more into detail on all the different topics hypothalamic amenorrhea related in the future. I kind of just wanted to introduce this process to you guys and this chapter of my life to you because it's really important for those of you who are struggling with hypothalamic amenorrhea and maybe you haven't yet come to terms with the fact that, yeah, I do need to stop exercising so much and I do need to eat more. It can be really hard. Like we can sit on this idea for a long time. I've sat on the idea for a long time and every month I just thought, you know, it's gonna come back. Like that's a big reason why I stopped working out as hard and I only did yoga, but didn't change my diet and didn't like try that hard. I was like, oh, maybe my body's just too stressed from the hard working out, so I'll just cut out the hard working out and continue my life as it is because I liked it, because I had a good pattern going on and I felt healthy. But not having a period is not healthy. Feeling cold all the time was not healthy, and I was already getting to a breaking point where I just was annoyed with it, honestly. I hated feeling cold all the time. Feeling like there was something inside me that was just missing, you know? I was at a healthy BMI. People have messaged me and said like, I'm at a healthy BMI, I don't think I need to gain any more weight, what's going on? Most women who lose their periods often gain their periods back on a much higher weight than they think is healthy for their bodies, because our bodies dictate something totally different than what our minds think. Our body wants a little bit more fat, they want a little bit more weight. How else are we supposed to bear a baby? And while bearing a baby or getting pregnant isn't my goal, it will be incredibly convenient for me to be able to get pregnant when I want to. If you are interested in this and want to learn more about it right away and you want to know what I'm doing right away, I would highly, highly recommend getting the book called No Period Now What by Dr. Nicola Rinaldi. She's a PhD researcher who has also had her own experience in this subject, but has centered her career around helping women regain their periods and eventually get pregnant. If you don't have your period, there are a lot of cases in which you might think, oh, hypothalamic amenorrhea does not apply to me. You know, I don't exercise that hard, or I don't even diet that much, or, you know, I'm not even underweight. I'm actually a BMI of 24. Like, how can I possibly have hypothalamic amenorrhea if I'm not super skinny or like emaciated? But the truth is, it could happen to anyone, and there are a whole bunch of lifestyle factors that go into it. For me personally, I think I'm just at a lower weight than my body would like me to be at. I think my body wants me to be at a higher weight in general, which could explain the reason why I constantly felt like something was missing from the inside. And now it's kind of weird, but I'm going through it. I've gained a whole bunch of weight, and it's actually been perfect during this quarantine season because nobody will see me. So by the time this is all over, I'm gonna be thick. Like, I'm not even joking anymore. I'm actually pretty excited. I do have days where I'm like really not about it, where I'm really sad about it, where I'm like, I'm still kind of mourning my old life, but I know that this is a huge transformation on my part, and I'm excited to share it with you. So let me know in the comments below what your questions are about this subject, what you'd like to know about my journey specifically. I kind of want this to be a you-guided experience. I want you guys to guide the subject. I want you guys to ask me the questions, because while this is helpful for me, I know it'll be way more helpful for you guys in the future. So just leave any topic suggestions, questions, etc. down in the comments below, and I will get to them in the future vlogs. Please know that this is like full-on transparency mode. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not going to lie about anything, or this is exciting. I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of scared, and of course I will keep you updated throughout the whole journey. Maybe make some like just sit down talk videos about the whole process so far. It has been like creeping up onto a month since I've done this, and a lot has changed already. I'm excited to share it with you guys. So I'm sending you guys whole lots of love. Hope that you're doing well and that you're having a wonderful morning, noon, day, or night wherever you are. I'll see you next time. Bye.